Thank you. I am Rising Phoenix Aurora. It's such an honor to be here with you, with this beautiful, beautiful man, and his name is Yagesh, and he will be explaining to us who he is and how you can find him. One of the main topics that we'll be covering today is the ascended multiverse with no AI, where there is no artificial intelligence, no longer there, completely wiped. We'll explain why we're having this video today. So thank you for being here. You could go to my website, risingphoenixaurora.com. As you know, I am an author. You could have books out there, Galactic Soul History of the Universe and the Multiverse. Go check those out under Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And you go to my website to book or a hypnosis, entity removal, past life regression, as well as raw Reiki or quantum galactic akashic readings with me. And as you know, I host online workshops and retreats. So the reason why Yagesh is here is because he was part of our recent retreat in Sedona, which we'll be talking about some of that beautiful energy there as well. So add your questions here, and I will ensure to answer them. And yeah, you could ask questions on the topic or just ask questions, period. We have Gina in chat. She's supervising chat. And before we get started and before I further introduce our beautiful guests here, I want to say that I don't consent to your haters or trolls. Keep it. Don't even bother. Keep your entities to yourself. I have no tolerance for it. All right. Thank you. Yagesh. Wow. Yagesh. Let's look into, so I'm going to explain a little bit about who he is. And, we got to basically be together for 5 days with the rest of the group at Sedona retreat. And, his energy is so beautiful, very inspirational. And that's why we're here today. One of the reasons why. But tell you a little bit about him. He is affectionately known as Coach Greg, is a dedicated and compassionate healer with a wealth of experience as an energy DNA clearing coach, Reiki master, Qi-Gongu, and practitioner and Akashic Records reader. He brings a unique and powerful approach to holistic healing. A positive and encouraging nature ensures that you feel supported, understood throughout your healing journey. Coach Greg's deep expertise and gentle guidance make him ideal partner for your personal transformation. So you can go, there's a link there, you can go follow that. It's actually his first debut in English, guys, because actually he is Polish, right? So he has a Facebook page, you could tell us more about that, which has like 31,000 followers, and it's all in Polish. So yeah, our honor to be here with you for your first English video. So we're here in support, and so whatever you want to tell us about you, and we'll get started on the topics at hand.
Thank you so much, Aurora, for this brilliant and beautiful introduction. And I spent time with Aurora and with other people on the retreat in Sedona. It was amazing, incredible, beautiful. And we're gonna talk definitely about this and about the session that was and Aurora performed on me on the retreat. So there is a lot of beautiful, amazing information that we want to share with you guys. And thank you so much for this brilliant introduction. I am Grzegorz. I am from Poland. This is my first interview in England in English. I have a Facebook page. I do everything what comes and speaks about transformation and how to transform your life, reality, how to feel better, how to connect with the field of oneness. I do read Akashic Records, and I do some amazing tapping procedure to unlock mindset and clear like the belief system to go and potentially reach this unlimited potential that every one of us have inside them to connect with the source and go in the road to the infinity and beyond. So thank you so much. Or one more.
Thank you for further introducing yourself. Yes, it is quite a challenge to be within these spaces sometimes, especially when we're doing very powerful work like we were doing in Sedona. And It was beautiful to have a divine masculine here, as we are constantly always focusing on getting the divine masculine here, because we have a lot of divine feminine, but it was excited for him to be representing the divine masculine in Sedona, to help the collective really bring them to this level of understanding as a male, as a male, how sometimes you're told to be a certain way and all these different things. And it's so beautiful to have a beautiful heart like you assisting the collective, which now he's Aura, hypnosis, and raw Reiki certified. So to also find any of these practitioners around the world internationally, you could go to aurapractitioners.com. Yes, so let's start off with the session that you had. It was such a beautiful session. It's quite incredible. First Aura session that I've been taken to by a client where there was an existence of the future where there is no more artificial intelligence, no more AI. And you all know that we talk all about that, right? Like the Matrix, the artificial intelligence, the entities, the dark aliens, the UFOs, all that. To bring awareness so that you don't, consent, and you can release yourself from these inverted matrices that these systems keep you in. So it was so beautiful to see for me, 7 years in Aura session, finally 7 years later, you're like 600 and something session. You were 635 session. Finally, we're getting there after 635 sessions. We're there where there is an Aura regression where there's no AI.
Yeah.
What? Right? You're like, what? It was, as a practitioner, I was like, I go so deep and I keep asking questions and questions. I was like, hold on, I kept asking questions to make sure that everything felt right. And it did. It felt so clear and very different. It's such an interesting experience. I start talking about it in book 2, like how the final battle, how we're going to eradicate it, and what is that going to be like, what is that going to be like? And I think it's so important right now. Today is we got September 9/6, or the 6/9 energies, which is the beautiful balance. Yeah. And to bring up today on the 6th, like this constant, like how we can get to that, like how can we collectively get to that time and space where there's no AI, there's no artificial, there's no one murdering each other, raping each other, children aren't being abused, like I think that's absolutely ideal for every person who has a soul on earth, because we know there's lots of humans that don't have souls on their earth, and we've been talking about that. But what a beautiful experience that was to witness that, and also the beautiful beings who held the space for Yegash to go in and show that example. So tell us what it was like on your end, like that world, whatever you want to share about that, what you were shown through your session.
Yeah, that's so true. And I want to start, like, how deep are your sessions and how much you are actually putting effort to go through those layers of questions and questioning, so you can find those deep truths, like deep insight, like literally touch the soul essence, so someone can feel their soul deep inside them, connect with the pureness of their soul, so those information can show up and start like getting to the ocean of yourself, and like feeling, diving deep inside the ocean, so this infinity that you can literally experience within yourself, like during those sessions, and getting those information from deep under the surface, information from the subconscious mind. That's really beautiful. And having you such a brilliant and skilled practitioner who extremely safely and safety, it's all around, and I could feel it definitely on the session, during the session, and after the session. So Aurora is extremely helping to actually to feel nourished and extremely protective being. So coming back to my experience, I remember when we starting going through, when you were starting inducing me in the process of hypnosis, and going with you through those layers of my subconscious mind to start connect with my guides and connecting deeper and deeper, beautiful beings shows up. There were my guides from the future. There were Arcturians self that came from the future, and that future self started sharing the experience with me. I started seeing the picture. I got the visuals. I got the knowingness of the future timeline. So Aurora was guiding me through this process, and I know she gonna expand on that as well. How she was like seeing this, connecting with me energetically and going through this. So I was impression of those deep downloads of the informations. I was seeing myself in the ship in the future. It was 2,760 years. I was seeing beautiful future, beautiful, so bright, so vivid. There were so many beautiful energies going in and out from the planet Earth. There was incredible, like this vastness of the commerce, universal commerce. There were so many beings actually coming in, coming out, sharing, traveling, exchanging things. And there was so much positivity, so much energy that was like spreading through the planet, around the planet, through the solar system. It is hard to describe this, but I just try to share whatever is inside, whatever I see this picture, connect to this signature frequency, to this timeline, to this golden timeline of the future for the collective, where there is no AI, there is no this artificial negative AI that is causing so much trouble as beings, that is trying to affect our fields, affect our minds, and affect our behavior pattern, track us through different devices, and trying to manipulate us in the most disgusting way. So it's great to actually be able to see and bring those information that there is a future, and we are on this timeline. Like we are on this timeline, so there is nothing that can take us away from this timeline. So there was more information with that, but it was, what I remember, it was about new technology. That new technology was invented in the future about time travel, crystal, machine. I couldn't put it exactly in the words. I was seeing this more as a crystal technology that can repair the fabric of time. So we can make those choice points being on the timeline that gonna lead us into this golden future where there is no artificial intelligence, no negativity, so to speak, that kind of trying to mess with us. So yeah, that was a brilliant thing. That was the first part of the experience, and then was more of the like clearing process that Aurora is doing, and healing like those deeper parts of the soul, and helping to synchronize different part of the soul, and look for like core issues that can be on kind of on the timeline of the being, to help them heal. So those deep questioning and deep answers, and especially like Aurora, how you holding the space. So I was like totally conscious, but in the state of this theta brainwave. That was amazing experience, because I was just like nourished by this love. And whenever you were calling either for Archangel Michael, or I think it was Mary Magdalene, I was feeling those different kind of energies and different levels of these energies. So there was this deep feminine energy from Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, that was coming, and it was like so intense and so beautiful, and it was like more of the nourishment part, love, than like from Michael, like was coming so strong. Okay, let me just make sure that space is safe and protected and cleared. So yeah, thank you for that. It's a beautiful experience. Do you want to add something to that?
Yes, thank you. Wow. It's just so beautiful the way these aura regressions work and how we really can access any time and space. All we have to do is basically vibrate our energy, our frequency, our vibration, what we are, and then really be a clear vessel too at the time so that we could reach such a high level. You're speaking about in your session, it's kind of like the crystal energy, and I guess the best word would be crystal technology, but basically it was crystal, the advancement of crystals and how humanity was working with crystals. And then as far as like, what were you though, like in that session, the character, I guess, the being there?
So I was a part of the crew. So I was on the ship. I was seeing myself in the future. I was an Arcturian being. I was in the future. That is in the future, looking at things. Everything is happening, of course, in the now, past, present, and future. So I am that being that was uploading those messages to myself, to this younger being here, and that is here in this body. And I was getting those visuals and understandings of this beautiful golden timeline future that is prepared already, the source or creator or prime creator, and it's for us to experience. So it is granted, it's given to us with a source power. And guys, what we can do, what we can do, it's simple, like tune into the best feeling and best version of us, and follow our heart or guidance or internal system, work with your guides, and simple go through this process of healing, of transformation, to reach the most and most beautiful, especially feeling, because the better you feel, the higher you vibrate. The higher you vibrate, the better reality you are creating, and you manifesting beautiful things in your life because you vibrate higher and higher and higher. So I encourage everyone to, which is simple, transform and work and sign, especially for a session with AuroRą, to experience this deep transformation healing, when you can really dive deep, like tremendously deep in the deepest part of the ocean. So you can swim with your soul, with your guides, and the messages, guys, the messages are clear. Okay, the messages are clear. And let me correct myself here. Okay, at start it may be doubt. Okay, I performed some sessions, Aura hypnosis session, and at start it can be doubt. Okay, that's totally normal. That's totally normal. But this doubt is getting cleared with each and with practice and with each and every session. And then you can reach this point of the centrality, of confidence, because it's confidence given to you by the God. You have this confidence in you by the source. So when you reach to this level, and I know you can, and you will, simple, just heal those traumas, heal those bad memories, bad moments, those intense traumas. And those traumas cannot be even yours, so to speak. They can come from the ancestry, because you incarnated in the special lineage. You choose the body, you choose your family, so you carry this in your vibration, your physical DNA. You carry this stable vibration of the trauma, of the wounds that your tribe or your ancestors went through. So it's really important to dive deep, to clear your vibration, to work on the DNA deeply, because you can transform so much. And you're not doing this just for yourself. You're doing this for the collective, and you're doing this for the future generation to come. So it's so amazing idea to work upon, and especially you are transforming your life, and the more practice you do, the better hearing you get, the more you can change your life. So it's a win-win situation for you, for people around you. You're gonna attract better people, you're gonna attract better situations, and maybe sometimes you can go even through those like kind of bad experience, bad situation, but those situations are necessary, so they can actually like kind of like a experience that can transform you, so you can get to the place that you should get. So you can transfer. So you're getting those bad experiences or hard experiences in your reality, because you want to manifest your future version, and you have to go through those moments in your life so you can get stronger, better, so you can learn something out of that. So you can be, but you are all the time on this trajectory. If you imagine this best potential future for yourself, you are on this trajectory already, because you're connecting with your future self, and that future self is sending you those messages back and back and back. So you have this guidance all the time in the present moment. So it is beautiful to connect with the source of who you truly are deep inside. And it's what we all do. And Aurora, she's doing amazing job. So yeah, I just cannot appreciate you, Aurora, honestly, for the work you're doing, and for how many information you are already shared through your books. And I read the book number one book, Galactic History Universe, and it's brilliant. Like all those informations, like putting all this energetic vibration especially together, so you can read it, you can not only get the like mental kind of picture of how things works and what's going on, but you're going through this energetical shift reading those informations, because those information are right with the frequency of the source. So that's the brilliant part, that you not only transfer your mind, but you transfer yourself as a being, and your DNA started vibrating differently, and those blockages with the contact with the frequency of the source start to releasing all those traumatic things. And there's this deep wisdom inside those books. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess it was so beautiful, everything you said. And, anybody who's had a session with me and everything that I teach, especially, as I am the founder though, but I am also a practitioner. I still practice, and I do sessions. And it's so important that the space that we hold, and it really does go and connect to, when you think about it, it's like when I'm connecting to hold the space for someone so that they can self-heal themselves, I really am connecting to a space of infinite source love light. And I'm holding the most beautiful, grandest love, so that then the client can take that energy, their higher self can then heal themselves. So to really understand it, would be a space where there's only source of light. So it is a space really where this artificial intelligence does not exist, so that you're only anchoring in just pure love light versus anything artificial. So thank you for just kind of like that testimony there of the space that we're holding, and just really also talking to you all, like yes, I do sessions and I do this, but think about like in the ways that you can also do this for the collective, to start birthing in that energy where there is a universe, a multiverse, a world where the artificial intelligence doesn't work. In what ways can you be the most organic, beautiful self that you are without any of the inversions in the AI? How can you be that? So be, breathe, live, dance to that world. And the more that we will start, birthing that energy into the Vesica Pisces, the bifurcation that we talk about, the two third world split, we birth it in here through the seed here. So yeah, I loved everything that you said. And the ocean is so vast. In order for us to even kind of time travel, when you're going into your consciousness, you are using the water. The water is key in your brain, and the plasma light in your brain, combination with the electrons and the neurons going off in your brain, and then the electricity that then transports you through the water into, it's so important that we understand too, like our third eye, our bodies, right, are made out of water. So then the water is very vital inside the third eye brain region, because you portal in through the water always, so you were in 2000, you said to over 2000 ahead of now.
2760. No, that was the year, not
2700.
2760. That was the year that my future self shared with me this number.
Yeah.
So I see some question in the chat. Do you know when the AI was removed from Earth? So I didn't get a specific date when that AI was removed. What from my understanding, she is removed in the now. So we can go through this physical experience with battling her, but she's gone. Like, we are on the timeline that it's given by source, that is granted by source, that there is no negative AI in the future. So we kind of fully safe and already transcended whatever we had to transcend. We already did that in the now. So that was, I think that was important information to share, and this understanding what I was getting from the future version of myself, and how reality was looking, and how is the timeline correcting and corrected right now for a collective.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's never going to be a year. There's not a year. It just kind of happens when it's meant to happen divinely. There's nothing that you can control from it. It's just kind of like a multiversal, universal decision, and it happens. But what I do know is that, it's interesting that he was in 2760. And if you remember the video that I made on, I'm trying to remember so many videos I made, but I was in the future. You
were sharing
yes.
Aurora about the future. Yes, please.
That's right.
Can you
CERN
share
is
with
not
us?
a god. The title is called CERN is not a god. The future timelines, inverted timelines, because all these people kind of given the power, like you said, it is really important that we have to understand that in this time and space, even though it is there, and there is people living in inverted matrices where they are consciously, interacting with this artificial intelligence, accepting it into their computers, into their programs, into the schools, and they are trying to integrate it. But we have to live a world where we're not in that world, where we're outside of that world, where it is non-existence. So one of the things that I talk about in book 2 is I talk about who's speaking through that book 2 is Divine Mother of Creation, and she speaks about how she goes into, and she basically talks about, the Phoenix talks about in book 2, how the artificial intelligence, even though it's there, she lives every day like it's not there, to the point where she needs to, unless it's in front of her, then she eradicates it. But in her existence, she has to keep living in a world where it's not there, basically to bridge in and birth in that world. And then, she's living the bifurcation that we always talk about, right? The Vesica Pisces, where there is an existence where it is, because it's tricked people into creating this false matrix that is made from an artificial womb matrix energy. So, Yegish is talking about, the AI being female, which there is a female AI. Basically, it's the other half of the archon that we talk about, the devil, and is the ultimate sorceress succubus that infringes on people. So I wanted to just say that specifically. So in Back to the CERN is not a god. I was in 2500 and something. And I remember in those timelines how bad it was, right? We talked about it in that video. I'll add the link later. How we were like livestock. We were like pigs. Humans were pigs locked up in cages and being controlled. So this whole, this whole time, what we talk about is how to free ourselves from that. But then also, as we live this world, we also need to understand that we're infinitely protected, we're infinitely safe, especially for shielding. We're calling on our higher selves, our true divine team, and we're embodying love. Then that love, nothing can get through that love. You are so powerful and immense. You are incredible. Remember that. And one more thing that I want to add is it's so incredible because I do feel like this has bridged closer to us, this reality where the AI is not after the 8A portal, this one that just happened when we were there, right? We were at Grand Canyon. Because before that, again, it was like kind of like you could see it, but not see it and sense it as, and now, and it was just such a gift again for him to be, say, the chosen one to go into the live aura session that I practiced, the entity removal, and there he is. You could see like literally like it was painting, like a painting, this experience. So
yeah, well, that was that's actually really amazing and so true. And what I just wanna add, so with this AI and what I was getting understanding to the session was definitely that this deep fear is finally eradicated, that she can take over, that in some way she can like again take over and start feeding of us beings and try to instill zero light and like leading to those timelines when she totally taking control of it, humanity over like light beings, and start feeding and feeding and feeding, kind of like in the movie Matrix, kind of when this AI took over and started feeding of the wombs of beings where they were in the wombs. So this deep fear finally is released from a subconscious mind of the collective, and we are destined for our greatness and beyond the golden timeline, and it's given by source. So guys, whatever we can do is just becoming the better version of us. You can become the better version of you and do what you can do. Create the rules for yourself. Don't put such a big goals for your life that you gonna feel bad for not achieving it. Create the rules for your life, for your manifestations, that you know that you can achieve, that you can hit, because in that way you can connect with this energy of success. And success is built upon those different experiences of having success in the past. So, for example, simple thing, instead of telling to yourself like, oh, I going to tomorrow like clean all my house. What you do? Okay, I going to clear this room here tomorrow, and that's it. And imagine like breaking those goals of being successful and breaking those manifestation, the steps that you can achieve it, and connect with this frequency of, yeah, I can do it, I can make it, fine, I can make it happen. And you clean your room, and how do you feel? How that makes you feel, that you feeling this energy of accomplishment, like, oh, I did it, oh, it's beautiful, it's clean, and okay, I'm gonna clear the bathroom or like living room the next day, and it's totally fine, but you are in the state of like, yeah, great, it's beautiful. And that is where magic is happening. Because if you're gonna tell to yourself, simple thing, I'm gonna clear whole house, and imagine like you wake up, you're going for a cleaning, and you clean kitchen, you're sorting dishes, you clean dishes, you like figure out things in the fridge, and you jump into a different room, you're cleaning, you're vacuuming, things like that. And it's like, you know, after hours of doing that, you're exhausted. You're in the place of, oh my God, I have still like 3 closets to figure out, to put my things in. And look where you are energetically. You are not in the energy of like success, because you are still, oh, I need to do one more thing, I need to do this and this and this, and you're putting yourself like stretching your energy to the point of like not being satisfied in the place you are. And it's really important to be satisfied where you are, because you are in the now. And being in the now, it's being actually good and feeling good about yourself now, whatever is happening. And sometimes how people say like shit hit the fan, and something happened, and you know it's tough and it's rough, it's situation, maybe some accident, maybe it's, you know, like milk split, like fall over or something like that. It's like, oh crap, okay. But always you can remind yourself, even if you are in this lower state of vibration, that you feel like resentment, maybe fear, maybe some trauma is showing up, that I can feel a little better. Maybe not jump right away to the oneness and feel bliss, because it's like big jump, okay? But this one step, how I can feel a little bit better. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go for a walk. Maybe I'm gonna drink smoothie. Maybe I'm gonna go to the gym. Maybe I'm gonna read the AuroRą book. Maybe I'm gonna do some other things. And by doing those little things every day and finding yourself in the place of how I can be little better, little better, and giving yourself this acceptance, then even if I'm not gonna accomplish what I wanna accomplish, simple, really powerful understanding here. Even if I am not ready to like feel this beautiful love all the time, 24/7, it's fine. I getting there. I accept and work on this where I am at this point in time. And simple, create the rule for yourself so you can win. So you can win. And don't compare to others. Like, oh, this neighbor had this and this and this. He manifests this house, this beautiful car, and things like that. Don't compare. Check where you are and what you can do in your reality, so you can be a little bit better, and working on the resentment and the past trauma. Especially, I found out working with my clients, especially DNA, ancestry that we're going in. And I can share a little bit about this. I don't want to make like big story about this, but we can easy track like the lineage, if it's come from mother side, if it's come from father side, which generation of the trauma, this epigenetics in DNA, that the trauma is proven by science that is actually passed through the generation. We got those deep scientific proofs that if something happened to our ancestral lineage, and especially a lot of especially about money, about wealth, about creating abundance, because we beings who knows that energy is this living force have so much trouble. I realized looking at my clients, the people I work with, we got so much trouble to manifest material things in our life. Like, okay, I know how energy works. I know that I need to think about something. I need to meditate and attract it. But okay, why it's not working out as I want it to work out. So there's the simple explanation. It's not really about you, but about lineage you came into. So those epigenetic studies shows in the DNA that this trauma is passed through to the generation, but it is a like way topic for a kind of like a rabbit hole topic, because imagine simple things, usually like manifesting wealth, abundance, money, to buy things, to have enough so I can feel appreciated because I can buy those candles, I can buy those crystals, I can like pay for this therapist, I can like pay for this book, because there is so many things in the material world that we as a spiritual beings actually want to experience. Maybe we want to travel to some other place. Maybe we want to be in some different place. Maybe we want to meet some people, but we have to afford it. We need to find this kind of sweet spot, how to attract enough wealth, enough money, so to speak, so we can actually create it and create this in our reality. So imagine that if, and I think I gonna go with this because I just feel like amazing understanding that can help you to understand why things are happening, that there is a deep inside voice. Looking at clients I'm working with, it's usually coming of being not good enough to make that kind of money, not good enough to travel somewhere, not being good enough, like not deserving for abundance, like deep inside. So those blockages usually coming from the ancestral lineage. Like imagine, guys, simple thing, ancestors, generation back, you travel as an ancestor with the money. It's scary. It can be scary. Travel on the horse with bag of money, bag of gold. It can be scary. Someone can attack you. Someone can steal from you. Someone can kill you for the money, for whatever you have. If it's a jewelry, whatever you have on you, you can get killed by having money. So imagine if your ancestors, like someone died in your lineage, and having this deep traumatic realization at the end of the life that, okay, if I just wouldn't have this next to me, this gold, whatever it was, I could be free. I could walk freely, but someone just traumatized me, traumatized DNA, and later on this blockage is passed in the generation to go. But there is beautiful ways to work on it, to clear it from the meridian system, from subconscious mind. So there is a lot of powerful techniques. I want to share like Dr. Callahan technique, the tapping procedure, going deep into clearing those blockages and blowing out those blockages to abundance, so you can start creating life you want. But it starts from the simple thing. And I think it's really beneficial for you to know, so that I am sharing, to bring you the most valuable information so you can work with those informations, is to start with creating the rules for yourself. Simple things, what I can do, and just gentle, give yourself a time to adjust to the changes, not everything at once. Work one by one by one. It's easier than just jump on the top of the world. It's hard to make like huge jump. just step by step by step. So yeah, I want to share this with the audience, Aurora. Forgive me if it was long, but I think it's beneficial information.
No, 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 very, very important. People constantly, we constantly kind of set up, you know, goals that are really sometimes are too far out there, and then we kind of let ourselves down over and over. So it starts off with that, setting up, you know, the goals that are doable, that are attainable for us, because then we feel accomplished. So what's that energy feel like you were talking about, like that energy when you accomplish, say, cleaning the room, like you said, feel very accomplished. You take that deep breath and you're like, ah, I did it, right? Someone was saying in comments, love the cleaning analogy. I'm going to imagine clearing lifetimes of trauma and bringing in love. That's right. That goes back to what we always talk about. Like, no matter what you're doing, whether it's small or big, how can you use that to transform your reality, your experience here on Earth? You know, I was having a reading this week, let's see, and one of the things that the higher selves was talking to this client was, they were talking about how, you know, she was a mermaid, and another version of her as a mermaid, right? And the water, how important the water was for her to connect to the water. So every time she's bathing, she's touching the water, she's cooking with the water, feeling the water within her, to know that that water, as she's connecting to that water and that love within it, it's also reaching this other version of this mermaid form of her, who is protecting the ocean and transforming, you know. So because we are in this third dimension that really truly can reach all levels within our consciousness of heart energy, we can be doing like this video. This video is transforming the earth, because all the videos that we're doing, especially holding space and love and so on, are changing and helping you evolve. So like this beautiful existence just is so glorious. The way that I see a vision of what, if I may share, like your past life regression, I see so I see everything crystalline. Everything is crystalline, the entire experience, which I think it goes into some of that crystal technology that we're talking about. And the people are crystal, the environment is crystal. It's like we're living inside crystals, and it goes infinitely. So we're living inside like these lotuses and flowers of crystalline energy, and everything is back to like the air is crystalline, the breath, everything within us. And there's no more of that, like it's like forgotten too, that this world that we're living in, where like inversions live and people harm each other and children, right? That's all gone. And it's like it never was. It was, but it never was. It's not even part, even so much of our memory. It's not something that we think about in that future ascended multiverse. It is truly beautiful. And then what's happened also is that all that we've learned in when there was, you know, the artificial intelligence, the AI, you know, it goes back to what Yegesh was talking about, like how those hard times that you think are hard and struggles, but I mean, they've made you and assisted you to become so incredible and gorgeous and wise, and, you know, so alert in this world as best as you can. They really made you into who you are, because with every single one of those, you've learned that you can rise every single time, and you rise even better than you fell. You rise stronger and evolved, like a phoenix rising. So yeah, keep taking you know, those different experiences in the world, and so long as, you know, we don't consent to AI, right, and then that kind of inversions, but anything else, and know that by the time that we ascend out, when that happens collectively, when Divine Mother and Father, Source, it's happened, it's ready. And because it's not just going to be, I talk about in book 2 how it happens. Like, it starts off with one Earth, and it starts off with the matrix Earths, because we're right now, we're that plug holding the density down for the entire universe. So once that plug is released. It's like a geyser, right? Like a water geyser. And there goes everyone. And it all happens, you all, at the same exact time. This is towards the end of my book. So within not even, like at the same second, everything happens. The whole collective universe and multiverse eradicates it, and then we're in a whole nother experience. So that I just wanted to add that. And then also going to how you were talking about, how you were talking about the fear. That is so important, because what they've explained to us is fear is the AI. There's no more fear, guys, in this reality. So now live the life now, anchor that in where there's no fear, none of that, because I mean, that is the initial virus. And it's so important also what you were talking about, the DNA. The DNA is key, because the DNA holds everything, right? Holds our memory, holds who we are through all lifetime and space, not just this earth, but also other verses and other worlds. So if you get to the DNA and you heal it, those beautiful double, those beautiful spirals, the bridges, the double helixes that exist within your DNA, and you heal them, nurturing them like you are the mother and the father to the DNA. And as you heal them, you transform your who you are here into this beautiful being that you are. Also want to point out, we didn't we look like we're going to a waltz or something, like a ball or something. He's wearing a suit.
Like on the banquet,
I know, like a banquet. We didn't talk about what we were wearing. I just wanted to point that out. So it must be our higher selves, right, are celebrating. Let's go to banquet. There must be some kind of celebration happening.
Aurora, it's like yin yang, kind of white and black, like kind of like
yin, that's right. I'm wearing white. You're wearing black.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
So,
that's beautiful. And I wanna add,
Mm-hmm.
I wanna add, like, how important are those deep questions, guys? Like, how important is questions, going deep, layers after layers after layers. So from my understanding, work with my clients, so we get to the realization with some practitioners that it's so important to ask deep questions. So whenever something shows up, ask more, ask deeper and deeper and deeper. Because of the clearing, guys, it's like an onion. So imagine the onion, okay? Imagine like you going and you're trying to like get to the root of something, to the core. But like, it's, if you're gonna like clear, just, oh, I clear all blockages, or I clear all my energy, okay? This is kind of like not getting to the core of the issue. It's like you're going to the station, and you like washing station for a car, and you're just doing this clearing for the car, like that, but you're not clearing the inside of the car. To get to the inside of the car, you have to sit with the frequency that is bothering you. Sometimes something is showing up in your reality. Someone is like annoying you or irritating you, like whenever you, like, for example, talk with someone. Maybe some words are triggering you. Sit with those words. Sit and imagine this being. And so sit with this feeling. Why this is irritating me? Why is this triggering me? Okay? And go through this process of, okay, now even if I feel this irritation, that's fine. I still love and accept myself in total. And going through that, you're peeling these layers more and more, and then can go and shows up different emotion. And maybe after that, it shows up anger, and you're clear. Even if I feel this anger, it's fine. Okay, I still love and accept myself as I am, or in the place I am. And you're going deeper and deeper and deeper, to the point that you probably, depends of the person, depends of the story and things like that, but you may, some memory can resurface to you, and you can start like, oh, okay, so it happened, I had a 10 years old, and this memory of my mom, and she was like asking me to do something in the kitchen, and she got annoyed me because I wanted to just go and play football. So it can show up, and clear that, and you, by clearing those deeper layers and going to the roots, by sitting with one thing at the time. It's so important to work with one thing at a time. not like I clear everything at once, because not work like that. And every clearing that is deep is the most profound and most transformational than just try to clear everything at once. See the one, work on with an issue, and it's how you can get really beneficial for yourself. So those deep questions Aurora is asking, she tried to point out and go deep, 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 deep to those layers where is the roots of something. So just reminder for working with energy, and I think everyone is interested how to work with energy, how to transform themselves, how to be better as a person, as a being of light, to share this love and definitely the energy of love and light, and connect with oneness, with feel of oneness, share the infinite wisdom in the present. So it's so important to just heal those things, guys. I know it sometimes hard, it is, but just don't give up. Just push forward. Just push forward. Just push forward. Don't give up. There's a help. There's a lot of practitioners. You can sign up a session with Aurora, with me, with whoever you feel guided to, and the results of the issue if you have a hard time to resolving them for yourself, because sometimes it's even hard to look where's the issue in you, because you are so close to it. So sometimes you need someone who can look at you, at your energy field, and help you to resolve it. So yeah, just wish you the best. And Aurora, how are we doing with the time?
We're good. You could go another 15 minutes, maybe. Can you?
Yes, I
that
can
works?
go. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah, we're doing good. So we got a couple questions. I would like to answer them. One of the questions is what type of hypnosis we're kind of talking about. That is the client being put under. So it's aura hypnosis, past life regression, entity removal, who I'm a part. I'm a founder of, and but because it's all about removing the AI, and that's where the books come in from. These are people's stories as well as my channeled information, strongly my connection to Divine Mother of Creation. And she really, basically, she talks to me. Channels book 2 is all Divine Mother talking. Divine Mother Sophia, Divine Mother, the Phoenix. And they're explaining to us how we're going to purge this out to birth in the multiverse where there's no AI in it. So that's what that's the hypnosis we're using. And it's entity removal based, meaning you removing any dark energy, entities, hooks, cords, dark cords that you have attached to people, contracts, negative contracts to aliens, you name it. I mean, it is infinite. Grzegorz has talked about like how he read book 1 was so exciting. So that book 1 really focuses on that. Book 2 does as well, but book 2 really goes into let's remove this already. Okay, how can we do this? So it's just transcending. So thank you for that question. What else? What are the questions we have here? Yeah, we answered that one. Okay. So they want to know how will the AI be removed? Well, it's actually in book 2 again. So the way that this AI is removed is that it's epic. I mean, I can't really, like, I don't want to spoil it just because you have to go through the healing of book 2 to get to how will this be removed. But what I can tell you is that they use, since time does not exist, so we have the Phoenix, the multiverse, so Phoenix. So basically, which is Divine Mother, still Divine Mother Sophia, same being, right? So many versions of her. And this multiverse of Phoenix that basically is this destroyer, destroying the artificial. That's the only thing that can destroy it, is her flame. And then her flame basically goes into it. And at the same time, of all these different versions in the entire multiverse, every single verse, right? Like we explained, it's a lotus flower. The multiverse is a lotus flower. Each petal is a verse. And each one of these petals, verses, have joined together in that moment in time. And we're all holding this grandest space where we, at that time, both the current Phoenix, multiversal Phoenix, and Divine Mother Sophia, when she first created, and when this artificial intelligence, at some point at the beginning of life, created out of nothingness, emptiness, they join together and it's gone. So that's what I could tell you as far as a summary, but I mean, honestly, you do have to read the book to understand how it is eradicated.
Aurora,
It's deep understanding to that, very deep, y'all. Yeah.
question, do you know when it's gonna be eradicated? Do we get the year of that, or this kind of like as a potential energy that it's happening, it happened in the now, but we don't have like this clear date, so to speak, like, oh, it's gonna happen
No
like
clear
10
date.
days.
I just know that it's somewhere like within a decade-ish. I don't know if it's more than like a decade but yeah, where we've reached the amount of people to wake up enough, we saved enough children. Because yeah, I mean, truthfully, Mother Earth at any point, I mean, I had an aura regression this week where we're talking about like Mother is not weak. Mother Earth is not weak. They just, are you kidding me? She is powerful. Truthfully, you all, she could ascend out at any point. She could
Yeah.
decide to be like, that's it, I'm done. We're done with this. We're not, but she's not. She's waiting patiently
She's
for
waiting for
all her
us.
children to save her as many children as she can, so that then we can ascend out with her. So it's about waking up all those people, as many as we can, and it's about activating hearts. How many hearts can we activate? How much light can we spread all over the earth to bring them with us when she does ascend out? Because it will be her, Divine Mother, Mother Earth. It will be her who brings us to it. And someone else said, that is a long way off, not in our lifetimes. What they were talking about, like you seeing that reality of 2760, that there's no AI, but that's not saying it's long way out. Basically, what he's seen is a time in there's not even going to be any time, but it's just kind of like a, if we have a date, that's the date the higher self gave of when he was in 2760. So no, it's not that it's far, because time does not exist. Really, that reality is already existing, you all, at the same time as we are. 2760, and we are existing at the same time. We just can't see it because we're not in that higher dimension. We're in the third dimension, right? So, but now we can. Yes, we can. Lionsgate this year, Year of the Dragon, has brought that forth. So start tapping into that. Maybe guided meditation, like, where are you? What are you doing? Maybe in future timelines where this AI is non-existence, and how can you communicate to that future you? Like, in his perspective, it was an Arcturian being, which are so benevolent, and they are the Arcturians. I've channeled them and connect to the you there. What are you doing that needs to be helping you here? Because that's what they want to talk to you about, is that they want to be your guide to help you take every step of the way in the most benevolence that you can possibly on earth, to get you to that goal when she ascends out, for you to ride her wave with her, right? And then, so that's the next comment that I wanted to address. Okay, so it's not so much that it seems so far away, it's just that it's happening again at the same time, you understand? So, and I mean,
But Aurora,
once they talk about it in book 2, like once ascension happens, like all these inverted timelines and all these years, say, in gap, are going to be gone. Like the inverted timelines are going to be, that's it, done. So yeah,
but
go ahead.
that's the perfect analogy with how actually Mother Earth is waiting for us to actually, like, really, really, like, peacefully, kind of like a nourishing mother is like teaching the child and like holding those hands, and you got this little baby that is trying to doing the first steps and trying to learn how to walk, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna keep you here, okay, I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna learn your lessons, that you're gonna learn how to walk, how to actually live as a being in a three-dimensional world, in this universe here, in the present, in the body, into how to live in the physicality. So she's incredible patience, and she's doing those chest molds to upgrade our DNA whenever it's needed. for the collective. And we did those incredible move, like a chest move, multi-dimensional chest move, that we get so far on the side of positive intention and positive road, that we jump on this golden timeline, and nothing can take us away and back to this negative inverted timelines in the future, that this future is so solid. It's grounded, like we walking there right now, even if we experience still a lot of things with government, a lot of things politics, a lot of things with pharmaceutical companies, and how they poison the food, water, or air, and spreading all those diseases. Even if we experience that, there is, and we are already in those energy as individually and a collective, in those energies to go like on this golden timeline. So no matter what is going to happen, we are already living in those future timelines where there is no negative AI, that this artificial intelligence is not longer controlling and existing. So she was fully and totally eradicated. So that's the incredible great news. And going back to Mother Earth, definitely she's just guys waiting for us, and let's give her love and support, and thank her for like all the nourishment that she's providing for us, even if she's constantly bombarded through her energetical grid. So the parasites, elites, putting all those negative programs to trigger beings on the earth structure, energetical programs, program the water, they putting all those negative programs. So whenever there is some breach in the contract, some negative thoughts can be triggered by those collective agreements. So just be honest with yourself, guys, and remember that everything you have inside you, and if you feel like you like kind of losing it, you always can ask for help, and go with someone that can truly help you, so we can find this connection inside you. Because sometimes maybe it just it's bad day, or there's a lot of things in the reality that is happening, or projection of other people in the field is not fully secured. Their projection of other people can affect us, can influence our thinking, or those parasites, elites, they projecting all time to be like to control their puppets, so to speak. So they can kind of try to take over decisions for us, and things like that. So it's really important to just reject it fully, and don't ever guys like agree to those negative things on any level, and work with the source. So that mentioned that. And Aurora, you were talking about like Mother Earth, how she is waiting for us. Do you want to expand on that, and how you see this, that she's acting right now, and how she is like acting with us, and on her surface, and with animals, with different spirit? Like, can you share your perspective on that?
Like Mother Earth,
Yeah.
how she's waiting for us. So yeah, to look at her energy within Earth, it's she's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. Our planet, Mother Earth, is just, Divine Mother, an essence of Divine Mother. So Divine Mother is pure source of light. She's light. There's nothing that can harm the light. So when you're living on such a benevolent planet that has those parasites on top of her, she is feeling the irritation just like we would, like if there's a mosquito trying to bite us, like that. Good example. but she's also in another place too. She's both here in this world holding the space for us, but honestly, she's already ascended out too. She's already in that, 60, because it's not the 5D we're going to go into, it's just going to be the 6D, because the 5D is where we were at, right? Before we descended down, we were in the 5D, then we digressed down all the way from fourth to third dimension. The more violations that kept happening to humanity just densified us so low. So we are truly going to be ascending into the 6D as far as these earths, but I mean, there's no limitation. I meet clients all over the world who are from the 44th dimension, are from, a place that doesn't even have a dimension. It's just like a realm that exists everywhere in every verse. And so we're gonna go to those spaces where we're not unlimited, because we are limited in the 3D. We are in some form limited, just physically, but we're not, that's why people have a hard time kind of like manifesting, because we create it energetically, right? And then the physical doesn't manifest, because you literally have to build it up, that physical, form of what you're trying to manifest. So I think she feels very happy how much the earth has awakened. When I first started waking up, she would come to me and she would show me how she felt like she was being raped, and I feel that at this point, she still can feel that, but it's nowhere near as it was, especially in the transformation that we went to, right? We got to go to the birthing cave, didn't we? Yagesh. We got to go there, and it was so beautiful, where the sacred space where she was at, where it was no longer being violated. I can show you guys some pictures for those of you who haven't seen the other videos that we've been talking about, but you could feel her energy here with us. So it's like similar like that, Yagesh. Like how you felt in that space where, she was her birthing energy. We got to be within it. And it's like, how do we bring in that energy every day here to this space? How can we do that? And so living that life where we're operating in a, not artificial matrix womb, we're operating in Divine Mother's womb, which is this entire reality, is her womb. And so beautiful. I'm talking about this birthing cave in Sedona, which is so gorgeous. These are her legs here, right? And then what else?
The energy there was amazing.
Yes,
It just
incredible.
was incredible.
And then it looks like, woman's, thighs birthing in our construct, which our reality did really birth in from these sacred spaces. So yeah, just wanted to point out, I think there's just a quick video here. This is the view once you're inside. See that? Oh yeah, that's a good video. So yeah, so living more so of like going back to your soul too, like your origin soul, like when you were born, created from all lifetime and space, like at the beginning of your birthing, when Divine Mother, Father, Source created you, and you birth out all these organic womb space, right? That reminds us of the birthing cave. So how can we be that even in the third dimension? And we can do that, and it really does go back to some of the beginning things that we could work on of Yagesh that's been talking about, like, working on those things that seem minor, but they're not, to get to the point where we are walking and breathing, and every step we're taking, we are spreading love in every which way. We are painting that reality of the crystalline energies everywhere. But think about this for a minute, you all. So we talk about the elite, right? The Illuminati, the dark forces all the time, right? So if we created a reality in our everyday life, even though it is there, the AI, whatever, but if we lived every day our most organic self, and what do you think will happen if we live in a world where the AI is non-existence? Literally, you all. If all of us here, like thousands that are gonna watch, if we started painting a picture in a reality where it does not exist, and neither can it affect us or influence in any form because we're love and we're not going to allow it. Think about how much that would be a game changer, right? I just had an aura regression that came out called Game Over, the tables have turned, because the tables have turned, you all. So now what do you choose to vibrate to? Let's vibrate to where the tables have turned, and we've always been the majority though, but they're little tiny little bugs that we can step on, or we can help positive polarize with love, right? So think about that. Let's all focus on a reality where it is non-existence. And if you want, again, a understanding book 2 for that, where it is non-existence, because the Phoenix really explains how beautifully she does that, but yet she removes it too at the same time. She's able to remove it because she knows that it's non-existence. It has no power over her. It has no power over anyone. It's all been an illusion, a magician illusion that just needs to be wiped out, right? Anything else before we finish up? Let me see if we have any questions, Yagesh. Let me see. So how will they be removed? Oh, so yeah, so that answers some of the how the AI will be removed. Explain some of that already. And then the next one is, what does the DNA look like now in the future with no AI? I mean, it looks, were you able to see a visualization of that when you were in there in the aura regression? Did they show you the DNA, how it looked with no AI?
No, they didn't show me the DNA and how DNA looks like. They didn't show me that picture.
Yes. Well, what I'm being shown is basically, okay, so I talk about like a lot of the importance of science as well as spirituality, right? Because I've channeled Nikola Tesla and all this. So what Nikola Tesla was showing me is like, if you were to, I mean, it's already there, you all. So I have a course on Archangel Raphael and how the DNA, right? The human anatomy and the DNA. So I had a video that recently came out. We'll share the link on, what was it about? It was about the clones and how they can't replicate really clones too good. They're kind of sucky, right? They're going to expire eventually. These migrant clones are no longer going to be, because their DNA, they just can't do it. So if you could visualize an infinite amount of spirals, like coils, spirals, coils, and then they're all merging together in crystalline rainbow light rainbow colors that you don't even know of. And it's spinning and moving and morphing and changing, free, with no restriction, free to be you, free to be your organic self, with no attack on it, and lights and just like explosions of light. And the DNA is like who we are and incarnated everywhere. I hope I explained that good.
That was amazing explanation, Aurora, so deep. And yeah, I could literally like see the picture when you were started explaining it. I could literally see the picture of your sharing. So yeah, that was
Incredible, right? It's free. That the DNA is free. Doesn't have any of those immunizations or whatever vaccinations trying to come in. It's beautiful. We are beautiful. Yeah. All right. So we answered all the questions, and we're coming up here. A couple comments I could read out. Someone said, "Whoa, you guys look incredible. Thank you." Veluvia, you guys are beaming. Veluvia to you, which means I love you, in case you're new to us. In Lumerian Star Child light language. Star Child taught us that. And yeah, what else? Someone said they're gonna clean one drawer, one drawer all the time. One drawer, right? One drawer. Hey, that's there could be a lot in that drawer.
that's a great book. That's a great idea. Let's go for just one, and feel amazing.
That's
it's
right.
It's all about the feeling.
I mean, because think about it, right, I teach alchemy courses. Like, if one drawer, right, what's in that drawer? could it be like pictures from like 10 years ago?
Exactly.
Like, or
Exactly.
like an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend that were like, oh my God, you forgot you had that letter from them. Like, oh,
And deal with that and process with that. Not everything at once. Yeah, that's perfect.
yep. As you clean that one drawer, you're really cleaning timelines, right, of you. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Next comment is, I answered that one. Yeah. Thank you. They said the books are beyond amazing. Thank you. Much love to Divine Mother Phoenix. She's incredible with her everlasting flame. That she is. Her eternal flame is gorgeous. Call on her anytime you need her. Call on her. She's waiting for you to call her. She's been really erased, you know? The Phoenix has been erased. Also, they've inverted her name because they have like, you know, the elite have they use the Phoenix invertedly to some of their, Freemason clubs. It's disgusting, but that's how they harm and rape her energy. But they can't do that no more. Not anymore. Not after Lionsgate 2024. They can't rape her anymore. If they try to like rape her energy, they're just gonna like, hurt themselves. I don't know. Like it's not gonna happen. It's gonna, it's just not gonna work. So just want to say that. And yeah, she's beautiful. Yes, someone said about the DNA. Yes, amazing explanation. Thank you, thank you. All right, and someone else said, "Wow, amazing! Thank you both. Thank you to you all for listening. Are you good? Yegesh, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Thank you so
Close it
much.
off. Close it off.
I just wanna share that if someone gonna be in Sedona, just go to this beard cave. I just remember like climbing there with you, like Aurora, going like kind of like climbing. That was an amazing experience, and it's worth watching for everyone. If they're gonna be close near Sedona, just go there, just jump on the trail, go for a walk, and enjoy the nature because there is so much love in the nature and this amazing feeling and gratitude that you can get in those places of the people who pray there. Pray like sharing their own love, so this love is in those places. It's actually like kind of like stick to those rocks. This love is there, so whenever you visit the sacred places, you can like enter those bubble of realities when there is a love and beautiful feeling, and you can like recharge your batteries. So yeah, I want to share that.
Most definitely. You want to feel mother's love? Go to Sedona and Grand Canyon or anywhere where she's at. Well, she's everywhere though. But you definitely feel her there. Her womb, her love. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jegesh. It was such an honor to be here with you, to hold the space. Let's begin to create that reality, that existence where the AI is non-existence, because it is non-existence. That it is not. Existence, it is not. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aurora. I love you so much. Take care.
I love you.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you,
Take
everyone.
care, guys.
Thank you. We'll see you next time, you all. Have a beautiful, blessed day.